And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Alien Spaceship stream. You could be watching from anywhere around the country or the world, and I really appreciate all of you. Coming to you from the spaceship studios from a galaxy far, far away. And we have some interesting things to talk about regarding some trials, some different supernatural things with cryptids and stuff of that nature, and the strange sun flare that is going on. Alright. So I'm about to be switching it over so everybody can see me. Okay. Alright. Alright, and hello, it's me, Alien Spaceship. I hope everybody's having as I said, I did not say this. I hope everybody had a good weekend and a good Monday also. So what I will be doing now is I'll be starting up the game and talk about some of these topics. And at the same time, I will start the game and talk about the topics I usually talk about, and then later on we'll get into some different articles and stuff about what we're talking about. Alright. So, hello, Dwayne. Welcome, sir. It's great to see you. Shout out to you and Sharon. Hello, Frog. I'm glad to see both of you, and also Rebecca. A shout out to you and Leon. Very, very cool to see all of you here. All right, so I was watching a disturbing trial today, and also Carlos got on the stand in the stabbing trial. It was quite interesting to see today. All right, so we get our game out as we always do. All right. Okay. Alright, so the game is now launching. Oh, you're welcome, Rebecca. I love the support in the community. It's very cool. Alright, so it was very interesting to see the defendant take the stand, because they don't usually do that, because it kind of hurts the case usually. So I guess, I don't know, their defense must have thought it was the right thing to do. And hello, Sharon. Sharon, shout out to you, Sharon, and thanks for the shout out to the Space Invaders too. Very nice of you. Very sweet. All right. So now we're going to go into this, and we'll see our pirate right here, and we're going to get into what we always get into, and here we go. Oh, Rebecca, it is not Law and Crime. The channel is called Trial TV Live. That is broadcasting that trial, and they are subscribed to us on the spaceship over here, and they go to my stream and I go to their stream, and very good channel. I highly recommend them. Trial TV Live. That is who's broadcasting it. Does an excellent job at breaking it down during the breaks about what's going on, and commentary about it. The chat's very nice, and there's some people over there from the Law and Crime chat from quite a long time ago that left Law and Crime originally. So that it's Trial TV Live. Yes, Law and Crime took down that trial because it got less than 1,000 views allegedly. It was not getting many views, so they got rid of the trial. But there was an audience of people watching it. I know from studying about YouTube, even if you have a small little group of people watching it, it's good to keep it up for them. Yeah, so Law and Crime has these trials up about Karen Reed, which I glanced at today briefly, and I saw some people there, but a lot of their group went over to the other trial. Oh, Rebecca, that's good that you subbed to them. That's good. Yeah. And yeah, you'll get the information that you need from them about the different stuff. So what I liked to do today was seeing I like the unity in the chat. So when there's a trial going on, It wasn't right because they had any other trial on. Yeah, exactly. You know how they are. I think it's wrong too, but that's what they do. There's like nothing else on except Karen Reed. The way I got doing live streams every day was because I trial had nothing to watch, so they wanted to hang out with me, and I did what the people wanted. You know, and here we are. And I got into a habit of doing it every day, and It was the one of the greatest decisions I made for the channel. Y'all being here was a great decision for the channel, by the way. So yeah, but basically, what I like to see is more unity because in Karen Reed, there's a lot of division. I think debates are fine, but some people in there just don't debate. They want to have arguments and they get real sensitive, kind of like snowflakes. Now, people have strong opinions about the Karen Reed situation, but it's good for people and anybody watching that feels that way. Hilarious frog. They gotta not melt under pressure. So we like trials usually that bring the chat together because when you bring the chat together, it's better than all of us fighting each other like a civil war. I remember with the Karen Reed trial, you have these people making jokes. Oh, thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Making jokes in chat, it's hilarious. But sometimes, as I said, if you say that Karen Reed is either guilty or not guilty, a chat will attack you. Like both sides will attack you. It's quite crazy, quite crazy. I didn't even know one of those zombie ships were lurking because they like to attack my... you see, I'm glad that I fixed my ship in time because that was coming after me. Scared. Oh, thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. And... Oh, what is it? What is it called? Okay, I'm going to go and give you the channel. Okay, so... Right now. Okay. It's going to load. It's going to load. Alright, so... Trial TV Live. Okay, I'm going to copy. No, let's go here. And let's copy this for our friends over there. Okay. Alright, there you go. Alright, so now going back into the sea. Arr. I'm scared. Alright, the ship's still over here. That's nice. Now we have a little bit of an advantage. So basically... Okay, I got it right. Thank you. Okay, I'm glad you got it right. Yeah, they're very nice to me. I appreciate them over there. Scared. Yeah, and with Trial TV Live, I remember when I told them it was the day that I got monetized, I went over there and they're like, what's going on? I said, I just got monetized. My stream got monetized. And they were just like, congratulating me, and a bunch of them came over here, so that was pretty cool. And I think that it's really cool how we have so many mods. I think that is a very revolutionary action. Yeah, they are new. The Trial TV Live, okay. I've known about them for quite a while because someone said like Pam was there, and I was able to talk to Pam again, and a couple of other people that I used to talk to went over there. But only recently I like went there, and then I told the others about it because of a trial that was on. As I was telling them, that was the only one that was broadcasting the trial that we're trying to look for. So Tom Farrell, he saw this stream with no one in it, and it was broadcasting that trial that we were trying to watch, the stabbing trial. And then he, gave him the word, we took it over on his own. Like, he took it over, and then everybody started populating it, and we were taking over that chat. Then at some point they turned off the chat room so people can't chat in there. Oh, you saw her there, yeah. So at some point we went and they turned off the chat room. Then they'll turn off the feed. They'll shut the stream down and start a new stream when they're going after lunch or a break. And I think it was lunch. I'm not sure if it was every break, but something like that. So like this is a channel that can solve the problem because I like solving problems and I want to connect people together. And that channel was good for that, so I wanted to get y'all over there, and that's where the some of the originals are at. So the new, but it's new. They're new to the channel. Like the ones that came and subscribed to me, that was like a week or two ago, something recently. But the other channel, like I've known about them for quite a while. Yeah. And it's like I remember with the today with the case, say with Carlos, some point about it that he took the stand. I got there a little bit later, but he took the stand and he was basically talking about his experience with the schizophrenia he allegedly has, seeing the demonic entities and the shapeshifters. And I do believe in the scientific reasoning about it. Now, I do believe in religious stuff at the same time. So I think that they're both intertwined. I do think that there are demonic shape-shifting spirits that are trying to get people to do bad things. But I also believe that, the mental illness will cause people to hallucinate and see something that we usually would not be able to see in this realm. So, yeah, it was interesting to see his perspective on it. And there's commentary about how he seemed zoned out and his chin was held up and the cameraman was in the chat. The cameraman was talking about his experience with seeing the different people in the trial, specifically the dude that on the screen, the defendant. His chin was held up, and he made a joke that he's trying to show dominance over us because his chin was held up. He just seemed like a robot. Now, allegedly, the medicine that he had, that was causing him to be like that. But as I said, he does seem to have soulless eyes, definitely. What do you think of him, or what should be his consequences? That's a good question. That's a good question. Reviewing the case, reviewing the case, I think that the crime he committed a crime, regardless of what illnesses that he may have. Now, I do believe he is schizophrenic, and from an attorney's perspective, it's possible that he can be hypothetically given some different treatment for what he went through. Like, say if I'm just giving you all scenarios, locked him up in a mental place, whatever they call it now, to get him help. But I think also at the same time, he's going to most likely serve some serious time for what he did. Definitely. Now, he should have been on medication. He should have been taken care of. But in this situation, it does seem... Now, it's possible some people think he's faking it. Or regardless if he was mentally ill or not, a crime is a crime. But Yeah, he certainly seems like he has the mental illness to him, but he still did the action. But it is to determine how aware he was of what he was doing is another factor that they'll take into consideration. So, yeah, I do think he needs to be put away. He shouldn't be released back in society. If they need to evaluate him and give him some sort of a treatment, then they could do that. Wherever he's locked up, yeah, treatment then punishment, yeah. I agree that he's locked up. If he's locked up in a mental institution, or if he's locked up in prison, it's basically like the same thing. Just one room is whiter looking than the other. Just kind of a joke. Because the mental asylums, they don't call that anymore. I don't even think those are opened anymore. But it's like a white hospital room. The prisons I think are white inside, but the paint's better in the other place. In the hospital he'd be put in. So yeah, he certainly needs to be evaluated. But either way, he's gonna be locked up for a long time. Okay, someone like that can't be released. So that's just he's not gonna come back to society. In our Constitution, we do not have cruel and unusual punishments. Now, that's something else that is known that we don't do. Is cruel and unusual punishments. But as I said, it's heinous what he did. And hopefully people like that can get the help that they need. Mental wards are worse than prison, especially if you're faking it. Exactly. And as I said, he might be faking it. It's possible he's faking it. So, whatever the truth is, he's going to be locked up for a long time. And if he is faking the mental illness thing, then he's really going to be in for a rude awakening. Sometimes there's situations where we never may know what the right answer is. But either way, be scared. All right. So he certainly is not sane. Like somebody that this is something else that I wanted to point out that I saw during the trial is that he was talking about seeing knives on Amazon, but that means that he was coherent enough to know to look on Amazon for a knife, where he wasn't just insane and just deleting people for no reason. Then again, I'm not a psychologist or a doctor or anything. Maybe there's a spectrum of awareness that he thought he needed a knife to go and get the deletion done because of the delusion. But as I said, I wonder how aware he was, like knowledgeable that he was doing something bad. So that's another question. Yes, and to run away. Exactly. Exactly. And he seems to have soulless eyes, in my opinion. Other YouTuber I was watching was saying like with eyes, you can tell if somebody they kind of look angry, or if they look kind of nice, or kind of sad looking, or they look kind of like soulless. And the soulless ones are very dangerous. He has like a soulless look to him. I feel a truly mental person would stay and ask what's going on. Exactly, exactly. You see, someone's running away, they know they did something wrong, but a mental person is not going to know that they did something bad. They think they did the right thing. And another factor about this is premeditation. I mean, was he aware? Stuff like that. But he doesn't want to be locked up, so he's going to try to go with this defense of the mental illness thing. So, as I said, it's up for the psychologists and people to evaluate him to see what he has or doesn't have. But as I said, it seems like he could be a good con artist. Like people like that don't belong in society. But I would just say people that are mentally ill, they do need to be given the proper treatment, so stuff like this doesn't happen. You know, I think that mental health in this country is a big issue, and that it's been very ignored. And the way people work and live their lives, I think that it could have caused people to not be in a good mental state in general. So yeah, America does have a problem with it in the West, maybe the whole world, and it certainly is an important issue that needs to be addressed. And it's also disgraceful for people that really need help when you have people that are making up and lying about things behind people's backs. What I mean by that is, say like they're planning in the background, and they're talking about, they're going to do this crime and they're going to pretend to be mentally ill, behind everyone's back. Then they go and act like they have a mental illness. It's an insult to the people that really need help. Now that's something I do not tolerate, of course. A bunch of, but people that lie and stuff like that, they lack empathy, and someone that does the deletion of people like that lacks empathy. And they lack impulse control as well. Thanks, Sharon. All right, so so we seem more united with the Carlos one. At the same time, there is interesting discussion. But as I say, Karen Reed's is a big clown show, big mess. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sharon. Looks like we got plunder. That's good. Okay. Let's go to the Kangaroo Island. It's not kangaroo, but it looks like the word kangaroo. I think it was quite fascinating to see him all clean shaven with a haircut. It's because usually the pictures of him, he looks like he's a wild man. So it was interesting to see him on the stand, you know, put together differently. Yeah, the Karen Reed clown show. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hello, Anna. Thank you for dropping by, telling us hello. Drop in things to do in and out. Hi, y'all. Oh, hello, Anna. Great to see you. We're just discussing the trials that we're watching today, and a couple other things. All right. Rough try come. Okay. All right, and there's the moon, and we are going to fight here. Another game that I gotta try out is Toontown, and a couple other games that I have up my sleeve to try out for y'all. Yeah. Now today there's another trial that we're watching. Or at least I was watching at the Law and Crime channel. It was the dude that set the car on fire. I don't know what that. It's Anderson trial, I call it. And Anderson, he went and deleted this woman, and they're showing the camera footage. They're showing the camera footage of inside the place, and what they did was those two did not look like a couple. Good to see you, Abby. I hope all is well with you and everything works out in your favor. All right. So thank you for being here. Maxwell Anderson. Yeah. So they were together. With the two people were together. It just didn't look like a couple. They were not talking. They looked very distant. And Abby's right there in chat. They weren't talking. As I said, they were not talking. They weren't having any kind of good time. They were just, looks like she was disturbed by him. They look like they weren't really interacting with each other. So I think that it just shows completely how creepy he was, and they were not really close. Oh wow, Abby. Yeah, good luck, Abby. Hello, Miranda. It's great to see you, my friend. Welcome. Oh, Miranda was actually said something earlier. I didn't see it. Hey, Anna, Alien, Sharon, Rebecca. I'm just watching body cams as usual and lurking. Ah, okay, okay. I love watching body cam footage. It's hilarious. But yeah, Miranda, thank you for being here and lurking. I appreciate you. Exactly, exactly. And Miranda and Abby, I'm glad that both of you are here with us now. And yeah, a very good point, Miranda. Oh, tonic. They got me before I could heal myself. Scared. Yeah, yeah. They are always wild, Miranda. Absolutely. Definitely. Oh, thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Miranda. Scared. Yeah, with my family in England, there was some talk allegedly of them wanting me to go to England when I was born. But basically, that my uncle and them decided to just they set out a good family here, and they wanted me to be with my mom. So my family left me alone in England. They didn't try to do anything like that to me. Good evening, Aaron. Very good to see you, my friend. My son was kidnapped by his own father. Oh, that is sick. And took him from me, and I established half custody, which is what I wanted for my son. You will hope, yeah. Abby, always thinking of you. I'm the one who watches body cams. I prefer stupid drunk ladies getting arrested. Yeah. Alrighty. The drunk ones are hilarious. So when you have the people in those body cam footage, you have people that are drunk, and they'll say all kinds of crazy things, and it's absolutely hilarious to watch. Yeah, definitely. Hello, Duke. Shout out to you, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. All right. Yeah. So basically, yeah, the body cam footage. There's this time. There's this very drunk dude, and he had his shirt off, and he was going off like a wild man, and he was talking about the military. He was talking about everything, and he was outside hollering. Yeah, those people are hilarious. The drunk ones. I like how another one that I like is when somebody is in a house and they go and try to save the person getting arrested, and they go on a wild chase to get the person that had nothing to do with anything. That's another one I love to see. Like when they're just it's like a random NPC person tries to be the hero and stop the arrest from happening. Yes, very entertaining indeed. It's like, were you drinking or no, nothing? No, they fell out of a car. Yeah. Another thing that I like is watching Chris Hansen's show exposing the predators. I like that. I like watching those. It's funny how he roasts those predators. Yeah. That's another one that is interesting to watch too. Oh, hello, Dirt of LA. Good to see you. All right. Tonight we're talking about some trials, some whatever the chat is talking about too, just random stuff, and we're talking about the sun flares and things like that. Just... Hello, Todd. Oh, you're eating a late dinner. Okay, okay. Well, a shout out to you, Todd, and thank you for listening on our show. All right. Yeah, Chris Hansen catch a predator. Yeah, that he did a very good deed with that. Oh, you like watching him all the time. I remember so back, I kind of like a few years before I was still doing YouTube, but it's before I studied more about it and really focused on it. Before that occurred, like that's when I was like, oh, okay, Chris Hansen I knew about when I was my senior year in 2016. Some of my close friends were talking about it in the not in the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There was no chat back then. They were talking about that's how far gone I am with the internet is maybe so far gone. Okay, so they were talking about it in class for a moment about the lawsuit because he was bringing the show back around that time period. But you have a Chris Hansen story. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Scared. Scared. So, what I did was I watched it back then, but I really started watching it like that summer and a year after. That is when, like 2017, 2018, 2019, I still like I binged watched it all day long. That's what I did. I had the other things I did, but I was very, you know, focused on that, and I'd see so many creepy things. Sure, Duke, go for it. And Todd said, "I give up. I've given up watching reality TV. It's old, stale, and I only watch live stuff like news, weather, and sports." Comic Con is full of freaks. No, I've never, not in real life, Durid. No, I've not done that. I've not encountered one of those people in real life that I'm aware of. No. Yes, Durid, I agree. I agree. It is very, they will likely meet one. Yeah, statistics, young people encountering. Okay, I don't know why, but I really care about female cop. I don't know why. Maybe they come across as too aggressive or overcompensate. I don't know. Yeah, I've heard about that with female cops, and there was this interesting stuff that occurred where sometimes they'll try to overpower a female cop, and it's like these people are cringe when they do stuff like that. But you have to. It's good to also have both a male and a female cop there. Okay, so years back, my daughter wanted to see the band in Dallas, Blood and Dance Floor. Yeah, so I was in the music biz and got tickets and all of that stuff. Okay, okay, yeah. There's a lot of creeps and stuff out there, definitely. And I hear you, Duke. And they. It's crazy to see how many people he catches. It's crazy to see how many he catches. Like like to this day, like he's still doing it on YouTube. It's just insane that they're all over the place. She met the band. I have a pic of me with my arm around the lead singer. Years later, I had a pic of Chris Hansen with the lead singer. Oh, okay, okay, interesting. All right, I see. Oh, hello, Moki. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a good evening. And also, I want to say a shout out to Mary Toodles. It's Mary Toodles' birthday yesterday, so shout out to Mary Toodles, the spaceship mom. You're a survivor. Oh, oh wow. Oh yeah, Durid. As I said before, there's a lot of disturbing people out there, and survivors. It's something that stays with a person. Those people that can't control their impulses and lack empathy, they don't realize the pain that they're causing other people, or they do and they just do not care. Oh, there's this one episode of the. Oh, okay, Duke, understood. Okay. Oh, thank you for happy belated birthday to Mary. And Moki, you got a dookie on your lawn now. And happy birthday, Mary. And I'm sorry to rid of LA. Yeah, so there's this dude that was caught by Chris Hansen, and the dude was sweating. The dude was sweating profusely when he was caught, and he said he just came to like hang out, and he was like just came to hang out, and basically what he did was he went and was saying like he was in the military and stuff. He was about to go to Afghanistan, and he was just like, he was tripping out, and then he was like shocked and sweating because he got caught. And then the dude, when he was in custody, took his own life. There's different theories that he took his own life so his family would still get the benefits from being in the military, and also he couldn't handle what he was going through, like because of what he did. His reputation was ruined. Alien, what do you make of the incident that happened in Boulder, Colorado, with the Molotov cocktails? I heard about that, Todd. I don't know a lot about it, but I think that people should not cause violence like that. Which I know about the situation. I just haven't really read a lot into it. Yeah, I just think that people shouldn't. If people are going to be causing trouble and doing evil things, and they need to be caught for what they did. It's something I could go over this time, but yeah, I just think that people just doing stupid stuff, they need to not be doing things like that. Hilarious, Smokey. Yeah, yeah. Scared. It looks like Moki's being nuclear. Yeah, they hate reaction. People shouldn't be doing stupid stuff, and if you can't do the time, don't do the crime. It's ridiculous. He shouldn't have been in my country. Right, right. I know what you mean, Moki. Hilarious chat. I love TCAP. There's a sub in Palumbo. Generic white male are best for to win. They don't even want their cookies, and they just stop by. Yeah, yeah. It's like they'll have cookies out, and I remember one time a guy came in there, and they said, "Where'd you come from?" He said he came from way way, and he was like, "Way way, have a seat." Oh, poking the dookie. That sounds like a delicacy. A Timu delicacy. I agree, Sharon, and that it's a and I'm glad that in this civilized society, as the generations have come, that now we are dookying around and poking dookie. Well, we have advanced very much. Yeah, Moki, and that is a good point. It's like, shouldn't be here and shouldn't be doing stuff like that. Yeah, definitely. We got enough people here that are doing stuff that is wrong, Moki. So yeah, absolutely cringe. Yeah, don't poke the dookie. Scared. Yeah, send him to El Salvador. You shouldn't be doing that here. There was a trial that we watched, and the person was one of the migrants, and they they went and murdered a woman. The guy murdered a woman, so it was like, yeah. Complete green lunge. Yeah, shout out to Dookie. It's like a Dookie for this and that and everything else. A Dookie Utopia. How about that? A Dookie Utopia. A Timu Surprise. Scared. All right, I'm signing off for tonight. To make sure to hit the like button and see you all tomorrow. All right, Moki. Thank you for giving me a shout out for the like button. Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. He literally told people that the man was trying to do an excuse for terrorism. He doesn't give an F about Palestine or anything like that. Exactly. Like a lot of these people are opportunists, and they don't even care about the causes that they're trying to say they fight for. If anything, they're causing more problems to their cause. Like they're like say that they want to have a protest against what's going on in Palestine. That problem over there. Basically, they're going to cause people to be less sympathetic towards that cause, and they just want to do some terrorism. Exactly. All right, Aaron. Thank you. Thank you. And the solar flare is hitting our planet, and it's causing earthquakes and a bunch of problems everywhere. The SH has hit the fan, literally. The Shiot has hit the fan. Today I was with the cats also, and giving them some flea medicine and moving them around. It was nice to see him for a little bit. Also, it was interesting seeing the testimony that I was talking about before from Carlos. I don't really think it'll help his case or anything like that. Oh, thank you, Todd. Yeah. And also, a couple of days ago, there was some other earthquakes in some islands. Yeah, because when a solar storm comes to the planet, it causes some solar lights to be visible farther down south. It causes the issue with being hit with communication issues and earthquakes and stuff like that. And Zero was the one that told us about it. That's called a volcano. Oh. Scared. Todd say California is extremely overdue for a big earthquake. Ah, okay. Yeah? Oh no, Abby. Oh no. That dog has been possessed by the Dookie spirits. Scared. do some repairs. Okay, we did some repair. Yeah, dogs are very knowledgeable about what their owners are doing. They can empathize very much better than people, and they know what you're going through. So that's another possibility. Last big one was in 1994. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, I remember they were talking about that. All right. Yeah. So, oh, okay. Thank you for sharing with us. Wejuvar Dogs is on. Oh, okay, Anna. Thank you for letting us know. I have not really kept up with Diddy today. But I figured it was probably on. It's something I could go like see what's going on with that one. Yeah, but Diddy's kind of the same old thing, you know, because I've not really looked at it today, but I'm sure it's like the same stuff that's been going on. Yeah, the dog is stressing with you. Oh, okay, Todd. Stay safe. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit. Appreciate you. Tapping it, staying with Alien. Oh, okay, Anna. Thank you. Thank you. All right. In a little bit, we're going to be reading about some of the solar flares and stuff that's been going on. Or read about that in a little bit. And other things that we have on the topic. All right, so now we are speeding to the shore. His front teeth got gingivitis. Held to the no can suck my left. All right, so this is the volcano island. You know, it kind of reminds you of a Mario World, similar to that. And the other trial with the dude that was setting the car on fire, murdering the woman, I think he's guilty, and he was extremely creepy, and she didn't seem to really like him at all. You know, they weren't talking or anything. They were just like on two different realms. And he also has soulless eyes. Okay. Sharon Abbey, yeah, my dog is a crazy one. He covered my ditch and wee and nasty guy. He seemed sorry. Oh, well, your couch. Okay, well at least the dog's remorseful. We'll cut the dog some slack. He was remorseful. Oh, okay, Miranda, that's good. That's good. My cat is sleeping right now. Is relaxing. Yikes indeed. Yikes indeed. Okay, so now we're going through this cave. And it says, Abs, ask vet for a mouth rinse and add dog water every day for the teeth. Mix it up. And measure water tells you how much they put in and pour some into the water bowl. Well, there you go, Miranda. Yes, sometimes we learn things that they say the hard way. Yeah. But, sometimes it's unexpected what will be encountered with all that. Yeah, definitely. Oh, hilarious, hilarious, chat. Oh, okay, good. They're fighting this dude. Yeah, I think that don't dogs have like pads they could go to the pee on? They have like they could go on. I think I've seen that before. Like they could have like those pads they could go on, but as I said, I guess they could go anywhere hypothetically. Yeah, this is the cave where you have a bunch of different enemies, mostly humans, some zombie pirates. My shepherd would never let me brush her teeth. She only wants what she can swallow, except her pills, of course. I hid them in ham, and she eats all of the ham, spits out the pill. Yeah. Oh yeah. The cats are like that too, Sharon. Yeah, this place is the pirate version of the back rooms, but with enemies in it. Yeah, like say you want to give a cat a pill, and you put the pill in the food, and the cat doesn't want to eat it. Yeah, it does with us too. It does with us too. It's something that drives people crazy. They do it once a year. All right, that's nice. Oh, the tiny dogs have no choice. And shout out to the tiny dogs. The struggle is real. Gotta take that. Okay. Oh yeah, one time I saw my friend's German Shepherd, and the dog saw us and just fell on the ground and went on its tummy, like by default. It was adorable. I know what you're talking about. Dwarf midget dog. It's the cave where we rob people and eat their souls. Look like Sharon. I love it. Oh. Hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. This is our cave. Yeah, and then we attack this dude right here with a sword and gonna get this doing. Small, so small it can't be seen. Scared. Ah, I didn't heal myself quick enough. They got me. Oh, I love German shepherds. Very, yeah. I didn't know how much they shed, but like I said I do like those dogs. My friend's family has some. Hello, Anne. Good to see you, friend. I forgot to do something. I give people wrenches, those that I know on YouTube that are cool people. So I want to give you the wrench as a thank you for being here and being a cool chat friends. All right, there you go. Alien shed. Oh, oh yeah, aliens do shed. That is true. Scared, especially the lizard aliens. Oh yes, yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Anne, very much. Yeah, none of us stop shedding. Yeah, exactly. Timu shedding. Oh, you're welcome, Anne. My pleasure. If 100,000 people came in here, I trust y'all to mod the channel. Yeah. So as I said, the Carlos trial. Yeah, the Carlos one. I don't know if the testimony is going to really help him or hurt him more, but he needs to be locked away. In the car, the Maxwell Anderson trial, he needs to be put away too. And Karen Reed is a big conflict right there. Big conflict. Oh, yeah, that is messed up. That I got locked up before you did, yeah, definitely. They caught my pirate arse red-handed. Yeah, shout out to the Timu chickens. A chicken in a dog suit. That's hysterical. Hilarious. I just realized that I am on the island. I didn't think I was on the island, but I am. Yes, and I agree. He in seeing the footage today of the I don't want to call it behind the scenes. It's the body cam footage. I think they are completely. They were not. They didn't look like they were in love or friends or anything. They looked like they were totally separate from each other. Didn't look like there was any connection at all. And he was just being. It just seemed like he was being a creeper. Right. And I say Karen Reed is a clown show. Everybody's fighting each other over there. Miranda said, "I'm watching people put together a giant chocolate alligator." Oh, Miranda, that sounds delish. That sounds delish. Yummy. The other day, I was watching an interview that Mark Zuckerberg was doing, and he was talking about him and his wife eat chocolate mice. I think I heard that right. I don't know if I did, but that kind of reminded me of that the chocolate alligator. Yeah, it's interesting the different creatures they could make like chocolate things out of. Yeah, if I heard all that correctly, that's what I got out of what I just saw. Another thing that I learned is the meta glasses, and so it's the concept of having like glasses where you can like be on YouTube or go on social media and still be around the people that you're with, like in person. And this could be seen as something skeptical because some people aren't really big fans of some of this type of technology that can people think it cause problems to us and also big tech in general. But as I'm a creator of content, so I think that I like creating things. So it's interesting with the concept of trying to like put it in glasses where people can view it that way or take a phone call from glasses. It sounds quite fascinating because like they think like with a phone it kind of takes away your ability to say interact with certain people if you're looking at your phone, or it could be a distraction, but the glasses would be there all at once. So it'll be interesting to see how that technology goes. And Anne says, also congrats on the channel. Nice to see you could get monetized. I don't think you saw my comment in that crazy read chat last week. Oh, and I don't know if I saw your comment. I don't think I did, but I'm sure it was it was awesome. I'm sure it was epic because you're very good at your commentary on things. But thank you for the congratulations on the channel. All of you are the reason why it is the way it is. Absolutely. You know, that y'all being here and hitting the like button and viewing it, and that y'all enjoy the channel and hanging out here, I appreciate it very much. I never was even going to do live streaming. People wanted me to do it. Like, I never had an ambition for it. It was just other people wanted me to do it. I contemplated buying one to use on my stalker, but then remembered I'm a child of God. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. You know, it's interesting to see the time when there was people on computers, and then they go on phones, and it'll see how the next steps of the future take, how people interact with people with technology. And I think with anything, there's pros and cons. Like with the internet, I think there's pros and cons with it. Like for instance, like right now, we're all having a positive conversation about different things and being connected together. At the same time, it could be used for something bad. So I think that it just depends. Like it could be used for good or bad. Well, now all the chat is going to want some Timu chocolate. Yeah, shout out to milk chocolate. What the hell do you use a flamethrower for? S'mores? Yeah, you use it for really big s'mores, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. And basically what happened was, yeah, I heard about the flamethrower. Yeah, as I said, for the s'mores, and I know Abby was saying something funny, but I'm going to be a little bit technical here because it's because my brain is real, like I like to focus on things literally sometimes, but I understand the joke what she was saying, like the sarcasm. I understand that, but as I said, basically a flamethrower. There's a story about my uncle. So one time in Kentucky, he was telling me that he was doing a controlled fire. Sometimes they could do a controlled fire to get rid of brush or get rid of some shrubs and things in the woods or on a property. But you got to remember, if you're doing a controlled fire, it could get out of hand. Oh, Miranda says she smokes and uses the torch to light it. My necessities. Yes, there you go. There you go. See, Miranda needs to light it up. Definitely, that's great. And so my uncle was getting firing some cattails, but not literal cattails, the plant. And he said it accidentally nearly got into the other neighbor's yard. It's a very big area in Kentucky that he used to live in. My uncle passed away though. Rest in peace. My mom's uncle. So rest in peace to him. But when he used to live in Kentucky, he did that and he almost caused a big fire to happen. But so my point is that you could use the flamethrower to do a controlled fire. There you go. But not to go burn a house down, but to use it for shrubs and things like that. There you go. I found a use for it. Oh, oh, we're gonna break Miranda's funny bone again. Oh Lord, we have to get a new one from Timu. Miranda is lit. Facts. Facts. Oh, thank you, Abby. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, and say if there's a zombie apocalypse or there's a horde of zombie people that are trying to say that they're the toughest people. and then you're going to use your flamethrower to do what needs to be done. Bring me the shrubbery. All right, Duke, we will. You'll take care of it. Hilarious. Oh yeah, I love SpongeBob. I have a SpongeBob pillow. Oh my goodness gracious. We gotta go on a SpongeBob tangent. Oh, good grief. I love SpongeBob. Boom goes the dynamite. I see a zombie apocalypse happening. I got Miranda's flamethrower. I'll be alright. We're all lit. Burn them out of sight. Flames fly higher than a kite. Alright. Oh, now I gotta get into a pillow rant. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh, don't worry. I could go all day. I could go all year straight on SpongeBob. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So my pillow is the okay. So I have a 3 layers of pillows that are stacked on top of each other. They're flat pillows. He knows ghetto SpongeBob. All right, so there's 3 pillows on top of each other, and there's this one kind of fluffy, there's kind of foamy-ish pillow that's on top of it. Then I have an angle, a slant, where I have 2 other pillows that are on kind of top of each other. I studied the My Pillow guy and the other pillow people that are selling pillows, and that in ancient Egypt, like one company was saying how it was like a square, and that squared off the head. FTSY, good evening to you, Breeze. I'm so glad to see you here too. So that is what happened. They had the pillows a certain way, and My Pillow, that guy, I really studied very closely, and how the pillows work. So I came up with my own pillow rig, because pillows cause you to toss and turn and have a problem. So I did not get I would get the pillow from My Pillow guy, but I made my own pillow rig. So I got regular pillows, and I stacked them on top of each other and put an angle, because I saw about what he was talking about, how your spine needs to be completely aligned. All right. So I did it where it's on an angle, so there's a top part and an angle, so it's kind of like a rectangle. It's kind of like a little bit of like an angle right there, sort of like a rectangle a little bit, and then when you go to lay on it, your body is completely straight, and all the different types of cushions in the pillows just align you correctly. You could be on your stomach or you could be on your back, and it works either way. So the pillow rig that I came up with was using regular pillows. As I said, I stack them on top of each other. Then I take the foamy pillow, and you lay on the foamy pillow. On top of the foamy pillow, I put a SpongeBob pillow. It's square, and it all synchronizes together. So yeah, the SpongeBob pillow was him kind of like with his hands out, and I had it since I was a kid. I also have another SpongeBob thing from a pillow bit from Build-A-Bear. I have a SpongeBob from Build-A-Bear. When I was growing up, I had SpongeBob shirts and pajamas and stuff like that. Oh, good grief. Yeah. What makes sense is just wild flamethrowers are, Breeze. I am so sorry I didn't call. I didn't have the wellness check last night. And, okay, yeah. And nothing. Yeah, as I said, shout out to My Pillow guy. He seems like he makes some pretty cool pillows. I haven't gotten one yet, but it looks like he has pretty cool pillows. I mean, I'm not. I gotta try it at one point. You have My Pillow sheets. And also, we're gonna get into the SpongeBob stuff. So yeah, Mike Lindell. Yeah, thank you, Duke. Duke, how are the travel pillows? Are they take on that? Travel pillows are donuts, right? I do not know. I think they are. I think they are donut looking things. I didn't know about the sheets either. I think I knew about the sheets, but I don't really know. Sunscreen getting in my eyes again. All right. I'm scared. That is true, Miranda. He did go through a lot. That's true. And also, I don't always look at the politics of somebody, like the people that are angry at him for being political. I don't always look at the politics of someone. I look at like the product that they're making. Oh, flex tape. Yeah, shout out to flex tape. Oh, I love flex tape. You could like save the Titanic with flex tape. You could fix a leak with flex tape. You can fix broken relationships with flex tape. You can win a custody battle with flex tape. Of course, what I'm saying is satire, is just as a disclaimer, because people are gonna say, "Oh, Alien, you said it could do this and that." Like somebody sued Red Bull because it didn't get wings. Oh, when we were growing up, that was the commercial. I remember when I was upstairs watching the different shows that happened. We we would see that guy on TV all the time. Oh yeah, online pillow pet. Oh, that's very cool, Abby. Oh, I have a pillow pet. I have them too. Oh, I have a dinosaur pillow pet, and Mary Toodles has a panda. Exactly, Anna. You know, if someone is Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter. Like we are a country where people could believe what they want to believe. All right, so I don't think that that should be a factor. Flex tape, it's the stuff that stops your girl from making mess after listening to your mixtape. Flex tape, the stuff that stops Woody from recalling what he needs to recall during the YSL trial. Flex tape is the stuff that fix your pirate ship. Flex tape is the kind of stuff that fixes your stream from going down. And y'all notice the whole time we've been streaming pretty good. All right, we've been streaming pretty good. All right, now we could talk about dolphins too. All right. So we did the game part. Yeah, I'm interested in getting into some SpongeBob too. We're gonna go for it, but I gotta show you all something I made. I made something pretty cool. So we're gonna go. Speaking of dolphins, we're gonna go here. Okay, we're gonna kind of minimize this for a moment, and I'll show you all this. I like making AI images, so this is something that I created one time. I showed Breeze this before. So yes, Flex Tape Internet, Miranda. Thank you, thank you, and shout out to Cox for their good communication with the Flex Tape too. Yeah. All right. So this is the story. One night, I did a short of the moon with the train, and I saw some clouds. And then what occurred is a couple of days later, there was a user on the platform who was saying that it looks like the clouds look like dolphins around the moon. So what I do is with I sometimes we have an idea. Y'all, the team, which is all of you, or any users on YouTube, have an idea. I go create an AI thing out of it. So basically, I created a bunch of AI images of dolphins around the moon. So this is one of them. So yeah, this is a like a mother dolphin with their kid dolphin, and they're around an enchanting moon. So I thought the concept was really cool with the water, like kind of like a beach, and it's kind of like a situation where you have these dolphins swimming around the moon. So that was great, and that's an example of teamwork. And that by yourself, it's not just you; it's also a team of people working together. Like all y'all in chat, we're all like one collective thing. Yeah. So we have this one right here. Snow White Purse here. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. And this is the actual concept, a literal concept of the original idea of the dolphins around the moon. So, like when her name was Kathy, not Kathy Smith or Kathy Griffith. This was a different Kathy. I ran a Kathy on YouTube, another Kathy. And she was so that is like what she saw when my short that I made. She felt that the clouds look like dolphins around the moon. So there you go. Yeah, that's the moon, like an enchanting moon, and with the dolphin swimming around it. Miranda, that's hilarious. Awesome. All right, show you another one. Let's see. All right, this is a dolphin around the moon with a bunch of different designs. So it was about random shapes. So kind of creating like a psychedelic effect on it. It has some constellations, kind of like the pirates, what they would have their mapping out the different constellations and stars. And yeah, that is another concept of the dolphin around the moon. Yeah, we're all kids. Yeah, we're all kids. Yeah, so this is another concept of as I said, the dolphins around the moon. So shout out to that. And right here is it's like say I said like a mother and child, and it has the glowing moon, and they're like out of the water by the moon. So and then you have all those different planets and things. So it's basically like the concept of a different planet. Them like on a different planet, and so y'all could see it a little bit better. So yeah, that is the the waves, and that yeah. So AI can be used for many beautiful things, and just people connecting and making different ideas. All right. Okay. Anna, I'm calling you Anna. Anne, it takes about a under a minute. So what I use is Microsoft Design. It's Microsoft AI design. Oh, I meant me. Microsoft AI. So you go and you put in like what you want to create, and it takes a couple of moments, and it gives you a bunch of images. And another thing, yeah. And then another thing that us and the team created, which is y'all, is so Shelly had some raccoons, and she likes to feed in and she lives in the woods, and she likes to feed the raccoons at night. So I came up with a concept of raccoons and aliens together on a camping, enjoying each other's company, doing camping. So, oh, thank you, Todd, for coming back. Yeah, it's instant. It's instant. It's instant images. Yeah, so this is a concept that I made with the creativity of the team of Shelly. So these are some raccoons, and they are hanging out, and aliens came by to enjoy their campfire with them. So, and you have a different in the AI. It's interesting how it creates the different types of raccoons, and you have that. And then this was another concept that it created right there. Now, I don't mind even showing you all something right now. Yeah, cuties. So let's go and see about this AI stuff that's going on. Let's see. What is it all about? Okay. I'm going to go here. Okay. And then you have yes and alien in there. All cuties. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, so let's do this real quick. I'm going to show you all demonstration. All right, so this is the area where you would create an AI image, the same type of images that I've created. So, okay, so we have this right here, and this is just an example of this. So I'm going to say, as an example, let's see what y'all are able to see from this. Okay, so you could imagine anything, it's 1,000,000,000 images at your fingertips. Or 1,000,000,000 images at your fingertips. Whatever your mind could possibly think of, it can do. So let's just say, for example, what the AI creates of the aliens underwater. Let's see, an alien base underwater cartoon. With aliens walking around. Let's see what that gets us. All right, and watch the magic. All right, and those are some other things that I created. All right, and it's going through. See, it takes a couple of moments. All right, look at this. Right in front of our eyes, like magic. An alien base underwater. Created in seconds. And because Anna always asks me about what do I think of the aliens underwater. And here, this is them. A visualization of the alien base underwater. All right, and let's see some more. Well, that's very cool. So you have some gray aliens. They're underwater. and they're just hanging out. And all this was created in a matter of seconds. It's very cool. Thank you. Thank you. And there's another one. So we have some of the grays underwater, and there's their base, and they have their spaceships. And it looks like the whole thing is a concave of a base that goes to the surface. And like, imagine the movies and the cartoons and the things that could be made for all ages with this. And it's just, the concept is just so fascinating and intriguing. And then that's the final image it makes. So you have the aliens underwater walking, and they have all their spaceships, and they just go to the surface. Oh, Sharon, I believe it. You know, we've talked about Atlantis and different things underwater before. We've done that. Yeah, but this is the concept of it. This is the concept of it right here. All right, and I got some proof for Miranda right here about Bigfoot. Let's see. What's this is going to look like? Bigfoot. Bigfoot walking in woods. Cartoon. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you. All right, let's see what this gets us. Bigfoot walking in woods. Let's see. It said couple of seconds. Let's see. All right, so this is the AI concept of Bigfoot walking in the woods. All right, it's like a little cartoon. So you have the different animals, and you have that. And so that's the concept, because Miranda said it's not real, but he's right there on the screen. I mean, chat's going to be speechless because we got the AI gave it to us right here. Walking with the little creatures in the woods, little woodland creatures, and whatever that thing is. They have a couple of cryptids. We don't even know what those things are back there. So those are some new characters that were invented. All right, so you have that. All right, and this is a concept. This is a black and white cat finding some treasure. You know, he's with his penguins, so it's this cat pirate, and he has his penguins as his crew. Yes, he does look happy. And his penguin crew, and they find, after tons of trial and error, they find the treasure at last. You could think of anything your mind could possibly fathom, and it will give it to you. So that is the cat and his penguin crew finding treasure. As I said, the movies and the things that will be created for good is going to be great to see as the time goes on. And right here is an alien finding treasure with the penguin crew. Right there. The alien comes from space, and he learns about pirates, and he crashes his ship, and he has to become a pirate, and he joins a crew. Then he leads the crew, and he has all of his penguins, his fellow pirate penguins, that join him on the quest to find the treasure. It's very fascinating. And so all this was created in a matter of seconds. The technology has gone so far. And you can make birthday cakes. For when I use the image of the birthday cake for my stream, not for my birthday post, it could create cakes. It could create these cake ideas. So this is an AI image of cake. Look at that. You could create that, go to a bakery, and have that made just for you. And you know what? You could sell it or whatever you want to do. So the AI cake is so fascinating. Or you can make cakes. You can make any kind of design you could possibly fathom. And you could do this. Thousands of images you could ever think of are right here. And, that would be a great... All of us at an alien birthday party. For a celebration, for monetization. A celebration for a birthday. Or just celebrating all of you in the chat. That is like what you could create. And then it could be made right in front of you. It reminds me of when they were creating the Apple computer. Steve and Woz were getting a concept of a motherboard type thing. And they had it created... They had the idea, and they had it printed, and then they made the computers out of it. The same type of concept is still here. You could make an alien cake concept, have someone make it, and eat it on your table. Other people can enjoy it, or you can enjoy it. And I'm actually going to do that at some point. I'm going to get that made. Someone's going to get that made for me, or I'll make it myself. Oh, and absolutely, and... What you could do with technology today is just so uncanny. That time has persisted so well with AI. And it was thought that, like with holograms, like I've been looking at the concept of holograms, where you could have a hologram computer, or you could have holograms, like watching a live stream, and you could have like it could float. It could be like a holographic thing that you watch in front of you. Like you'd watch something on, TV. It could be right there in front of you. And yeah, so as the years go on, the technology is going to get more and more advanced. Now there's a double-edged sword. There's people that will have pros and cons to it. Mark Zuckerberg thought it would be a new age of holographic things before AI, but AI happened 10 years earlier than he thought. So we're in like a futuristic time period with the AI. Yeah, and then that is the final one. It kind of got some words mixed up there for a moment, but it made a beautiful cake. All these beautiful cakes. So, as I said, I think that the technology is going to make life better for everybody. Let's see. Had some other images made. Let's see. This is one of my favorites. All right, this story is a time where I did a live stream during the snowstorm that happened down here. I love submerged objects, so scary yet intriguing. I have submergeophobia, but it gives me adrenaline to look at stuff. Ah, okay, Abby, understood. All right, so we have this concept. So I was doing a live stream, and everybody was watching my stream on the snow. And what happened was the stream cut off because of my phone. Went out because of the cold. And Sarah said that she thought the Space Yetis got me. So I made a concept of Space Yetis. There you go. That's a Space Yeti on another planet. As I said, that's like a whole movie scene. Created in seconds. Yeah. So very fast, very fascinating, very intriguing. Yeah, so I appreciate the creative ideas. I love making stuff out of them. This is a concept of Merlin, the wizard, right here. From the King Arthur. This is a concept of Merlin. So that's very cool. So it can make real life looking people. Shout out to Mary Toodles. It was her birthday yesterday. Shout to her. And look, this is like a video game, a complete video game. I made videos about this before, and I like to make the video a picture, and I make the sound effect part, but that is the other part that you see. Yeah, so you have this concept of a video game just created in moments. Oh yes, Sharon, absolutely. I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, the Merlin one very beautiful. Yes, yes, yeah. So those are some more alien concepts. Yeah, the high ceilings. Yeah, so here's it again. Those are the high arcs. You see, all the architecture, all the books was created in a matter of seconds, and I got put Merlin, Wizard, and Castle. Yeah, so you have all of that. You have all those design, the Gothic architecture, and you have all the magical stuff happening in the background, and all those things. Yeah, definitely very enchanting. And if y'all ever have any ideas about AI things, I'll be glad to make them. But of course, anybody could do this on their own. I use Microsoft Designer, AI Designer for it. Okay, Abby, I'll relax on generating AI ones, but I'll keep on being a beast in general. All right, good night, Abby. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And yeah, and I love his robe. His robe is very, very cool. And yeah, and you see, I was supposed to be talking about SpongeBob, but I went on which we're still going to talk about this time and tomorrow. But I went on this whole rant. Now this is a cat that reminds me of Bubbles, and it's this pirate cat finding its treasure. The same type of story that I was telling you all before, and it looks like a movie poster like you'd see at a movie theater. Yeah, and he's got his pot. He's the happiest man on earth. All the pirate penguins at the pirate shores. On a mysterious island somewhere, in the middle of nowhere, and the treasure is found. It's just like the games that we play on here. About finding treasure, it's actually not a. I remember I saw a quote somewhere that went something like, the pirates were so focused on the treasure that they were looking for, but the true treasure was that the journey that they were on. That was the true treasure. That adventure part is the treasure. I was like, when you see this, you wonder what led them to finding that. What led them to eventually finding the end goal. You see, in this scene, it shows you about never giving up, and eventually you'll find the treasure. So there's parables inside of the image. And you see, this is another one where I put a concept of having the crescent moon, and there's a cave over there in the distance, and all the jewels and the blooms you could possibly find. Yeah, and it looks like my man, the penguin's holding himself an axe. He's like a cute little penguin. It looks like Kirby, but he's holding himself an axe because he is not messing around. He is sweet, but if you cross in the wrong way, you won't remember him for being nice. Yeah, you see, this time the cat is looking at the screen, looking at you directly, like he's inviting you on the adventure. And you have all the mountains and the hills and the mystery. Like, there could be something lurking in the water you don't know about. What about Bigfoot being a cross between a human and an ape? Yeah, he's a tough little dude, and he has his eye patch. He, in spite of whatever the cat went through, the cat went and did its thing. And the eye patch might be to be able to see dark and light, because like sometimes they wear an eye patch to see light and dark better, but it also is symbolic to show like the cat is a tough dude, and all the penguin crew is tough. And what about being a cross between a human and an ape? I'm going to take that literally and make an AI thing about it and see what we find. But the thing about Bigfoot is that there's a theory that it was created, if it is real, which people don't believe in it, but if it is real, hypothetically, it's either some sort of creature in our natural ecosystem that we didn't detect, or we thought it went extinct, but some of them survived. Or it could be some kind of, for those that are religious, and I'll also make an argument for people that are not religious. So I'll make an argument for both people. So, the religious point of view, it could have been some hybrid creature that was created from the fallen ones. The fallen angels create these hybrid things. It could have been something from that. And also it could be from another dimension. So the theory that there's other universes and it's crossing in between ours and theirs, it's kind of like a pseudoscience. So, it was either mixed with humans, or it was created to look that way. But I know you're talking about probably like the AI, what would it make? Let's see what the AI would make out of that. Okay. Bigfoot. Human ape. Hybrid. Alright, let's see what it gets us. Let's see what the AI makes. Alright, the AI is working. See what we get. Oh, nice. Alright. So this is a concept the AI has created for us of a human-ape hybrid. And you have... It's funny. You got all these little monkeys looking up to this thing, and it's like, just chilling. It's like they took his Flex Seal tape, and he's wondering where it's at, and no one's saying anything. Looks kind of like Jurassic Park, or something like that. And then you have all the other critters, and you have, as I said, that's a concept of a human and an ape Bigfoot hybrid. You see, it looks kind of like the Bigfoot concept. So maybe, you see, it's like they were. See, the Bigfoot is just chilling there, and somebody didn't unplugged his coffee maker and took his coffee, and he's trying to see who did this. And then, like, say he's having his beauty sleep, and then somebody made a noise. He said, "All right, who did it?" And it's like, say he's famous, and the paparazzi in the animal kingdom is asking him some information, just as a, putting the microphone to him to get the news. Yeah, so, and say he's like their leader, and he's going to help them with something. All right, there's another concept of the animals, and that's a human and an ape Bigfoot hybrid. Again, same type of concept. This is the final one. This one is a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter than the other one. Yeah, who let the dogs out? Yeah, who let the dogs out? And yeah, so that's a human ape hybrid with as Bigfoot in the wilderness. And that's basically like what it is, probably, if Bigfoot is even real. It's probably... I'll keep you posted in Flex Tape and AI Alien. Oh, okay. Abby, I'll do that right now. Flex Tape in AI Alien. Alright. Oh. Let's see. Flex tape and alien. Let's see what that. I wonder what that would make. And there could be more I could make. I could add more details to that, but I'm just curious what that comes up with. And the magic is working. There we go. Oh, there you go. There's the alien with flex tape. All right, so there's an alien with flex tape. All right, there you see the alien is gonna solve all the problems that are going on by fixing it with flex tape. Yeah, he is cute, definitely. And you see, this is the new flex tape commercial. It's him. No one could replace the OG, but he is glad to show you a galactic tape to fix anything in the universe. And all that work is going to be done on it. So yeah, he's very optimistic and ambitious. Then he got the little green alien with his tape, and he is going to create. He's going to fix the world's problems with that tape. All right. Buy one today, get one free, and then the second one on sale. Oh, and I want a shout out to Marie from a little while back. Her and I were talking about. No, her and I were talking about the bees and the cake, and how in Germany there is an incident where there's these two rival villages, and they were having war on each other, and these bees were coming out. You know, they used these bees to go and save the village, and they came up with the idea of bee cake. And then she was talking about the superhero bee and what it would look like, and I created it with AI, and she was so overjoyed when she saw it, like, created. So, and I made the sound effects for it. So as I said, that was an idea her and I came up with, and it led to that. And and also the young kids liked it. The different viewers and stuff of all ages, they thought it was a cute character. So those are some other concepts of the hero bee. Oh yeah, absolutely, Sharon. And there's a cute little cartoon of him, of the cute little hero bee, and he's there proud and ready to save the day. Yes, I could. Absolutely. That's true. And then you have this other concept right here of the cotton. Okay, so there's this thing that we were learning about where one night with Amanda, I was streaming and she told me that they already found the. I was talking about Planet 10 not being real, but my buddy and I from school were talking about it, and she told me that they found a planet beyond Neptune. And she showed it to me, and as I said, they're very quiet about it in the news. No one ever talked about it, but they found a planet like we were talking about. It's been confirmed unofficially. Because people at NASA, astronomers have for centuries, and especially now, are confirming there's likely something there because of the gravitational pull of other objects beyond Neptune. There's a lot of different objects and asteroids and things beyond Neptune. And that there's this big red planet that's out there that may orbit with our planet every 13,000 years. And it might cause some weather problems and things like that, maybe. And it'll be like a second sun in the sky, allegedly. And it has to do with many conspiracy theories and aliens, too. But now, like with the aliens, they said aliens weren't real. But then what happened was Congress is talking about it, and everybody's talking about the aliens now. So that is great to see as time persisted. They couldn't hide it anymore. So they're describing this big giant planet as a cotton candy planet. So I came up with the idea of a cotton candy planet. And I created it with AI, and that's what I got. It looks delicious. It looks very edible. It's like a place in space where you could have this cotton candy world. The cotton candy universe. And then you have, it looks kind of like a giant cotton candy ball just floating over some planet. That's your favorite so far? Oh, yeah, definitely. It's delicious. It's delicious, and I'm sure there's all kinds of uh, alien clowns in there that are having a great circus time. Nothing creepy. I know clowns are associated with something creepy usually, but they have a lot of a fun, happy time in there. The Cotton Candy Planet, and again, anything, it's like a spaceship. You haven't had cotton candy forever ago. Scared. Oh, I had it like a month or two ago. But yeah, but it's extremely good. Extremely good. And it's like floating over a planet. And it's going to give great things to the planet that's hovering over. Yeah. Now this little critter right here, it's a concept of and shout out the frog, but so this is a concept that character that I thought of a very long time ago, of like this thing that's not a villain but some think is a villain, is like a vampire frog. And like say there's a spaceship and there's a vampire frog lurking, but it's actually innocent and friendly. It's not really an enemy. And that is a cute little frog. And you have that. It's Count Dracula cape. So yeah, there you go. It's so, it's a cute frog. And that frog right there, he's just chilling with his tooth, just absorbing what's going on. Yeah, yes, it's a Timu vampire frog. And also, as I said, I am actually. We'll talk more about SpongeBob tomorrow, but I definitely will talk about SpongeBob a little bit tonight before I go. But because you see, like the way my mind works is like I'll be trying to do something, but instead I go on a rant about something else. I'm a funny character. All right, so another character that we developed, Maria and I came up with, was the Timu Ninjas. Oh, her and I in this other chat will go on, and she's very animated about these different characters that I'll create, these Timu characters that I'll create, and she like loves it. So I like asking AI to create a Timu Ninja, and that's what I got. It's like very cute looking. They're cuter than I think I would have expected them to be. But yeah, as I said, you can make an entire movie out of this or a TV show out of this. Because I love the things that AI can do. And yeah, it's very colorful. Oh, Anna, and thank you. I am glad that you enjoyed this stream. And have a very good night to you. Thank you for coming. And then you have all the cute little not farm animals, but all the cute little animals that look like some kind of a new concept of an animal. And then you have the little ninjas hopping around. It is quite hilarious. It's quite hilarious. Man, I like how it's like okay. So, all right, one more thing. So this is the space train. One time Sarah came up with this idea of the space train traveling. And there we go. That's us on the space train, zooming through space, cyberspace. And you have all the different little planets and things floating in the space, little moons and other things that be floating around. It's so quite fascinating. All right. So we will now talk about SpongeBob. Let's see. Right here. We're going to go in. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, of course, but it started in 1999. And, yep, that's definitely the future we'll never see. Yeah. And Sharon, and as I said that, it is very great how it could create those things, and we could see visual concepts of things that we would not see. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so SpongeBob, a cartoon that started in 1999, and you have SpongeBob, who's the fry cook at the Krusty Krab, and his boss is Mr. Krabs, and he has a bunch of different friends, and he has his neighbor Squidward, and his best friend Patrick, and his driving instructor Mrs. Puff, and the not victim but the villain of the story is Plankton. He's always trying to steal the formula, the formula, as he likes to say. So it's I like so there's different. SpongeBob is still airing to this day, and the thing is that as time went on, it got more and more HD looking, and in the past, it looked like the old fashioned drawings. Yes, Sharon, I know you're talking about the space trains, and that's what I was referring to also. Yes, I was talking about the space trains. That it's something that in the future we may not be around to see, but AI allowed us to be able to see it. Yes, yes, I understand. So I one of my most favorite episodes of SpongeBob, which we'll get into more detail tomorrow, is where he had the night shift. As I like spooky things at nighttime, and Squidward and him were in the Krusty Krab, and during the night shift, and he was telling this crazy story about the stalker at night with a spatula, and he is on edge. Yeah. Oh, hello, Shell. Good to see you. Yeah, Shell. So I went on this big rant about all the AI things that we were creating because I was teaching chat about AI, about how you can create stuff with it. So, and then we were going to talk about SpongeBob, and I like went on like a 30-minute rant or something about something else. So I'm going to still talk about SpongeBob in even more detail tomorrow when, as well. So yeah, so SpongeBob is, a cool little dude, and he he likes to he was really frightened about the creature that was lurking, you know, and he was going outside to throw away the garbage, and he was, running for his life pretty much. So what happened was, then they see somebody that's out there at nighttime. Oh, hello, Liberty. Good to see you. So at nighttime, there was this person that's standing out there with like red eyes, and they're both freaking out over it. So yeah, that one is in the early 2000s. And then they get, they realize there's somebody else flickering the lights. One of my favorite characters. So, and that's how I knew about that vampire. It was from that. Yeah, so that is my most favorite episode. Now, the first episode of SpongeBob was where they're going to give him a job, and then you have all these anchovies that invade the Krusty Krab, and SpongeBob saves the day. It's like a whole ocean of anchovies, like a whole horde of them. And yeah, and then the rest is history. So yeah. And I think that, in my opinion, it is very good for people to watch it. It's a very good episode, very good episodes about it. So then you have the characters such as Mr. Krabs, and he loves money, and he loves saving the money, and he's very, very cheap. And he likes to hold on to it for dear life. And then he like makes his business, he makes his money. And then it's like if a penny drops, he has a nervous breakdown and he goes and tries to get it. So I remember there's this one episode, lives in a pineapple. Yes, he lives in a pineapple. There's one episode where Patrick was sweeping the floor with the opposite side of the broom, and the other dude was like, "Hey, you blew in from Stupid Town?" All right, Sharon, thank you for being here, and a good night to you. All right, so let's see. We're going to change this to right here. And as I said, I did this like towards the end part of the stream where I talked about this, but, that's what it is. All right, so, SpongeBob Pineapple. Yeah, this is SpongeBob's home. That is his home right there. Yeah, he lives in his pineapple under the sea. And everybody wanted to go in it. Like the kids, everybody wanted to like go in like inside of that thing. And one time his pineapple had a problem, and he had to go away somewhere to his parents, and Squidward was having a Timu celebration about it, and he planted a seed, and eventually it grew his house back, like it's a plant. So it's quite hilarious how that worked. And pineapples are cultivated in Hawaii, and that's like the theme of the show. And that is what I think is very, fascinating. I love the colors in it. It's all very cool. And Liberty said, I just watched a thread on X explaining we are in a frequency prison. Scared. Yeah, so that is a concept of the SpongeBob. I just call him the SpongeBob. This concept of SpongeBob when, like, in the earlier years, that's what it looked like. Ocean underwater, pineapples. What were the creators smoking? Oh, oh, I know, I know. It's very creative, definitely. And basically, so basically, with I believe his name's Steven Hillenberg, the one that created SpongeBob. He he was a marine biologist, and I actually want to get into marine biology before all this stuff that I do now. And basically, it's a study of aquatic creatures underwater. That's why I love also showing you all of the abyssal fish and things like that. So the concept of it underwater is that he learned that from marine biology, and then he created the cartoon out of it. And so they very creative how he and his team did it, and then him and his team they had to draw it out and get all that stuff done. So that was very cool on how he did that. So this is a concept of a real SpongeBob house. Let's see. Is this an article I could read? Is it an article I could read? And yeah, go for it. And basically, ocean underwater pineapple. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. A shot underwater. So, oh, you love dolphins too? Well, it looks like I got to show you something. Oh Lord, here we go. All right, so all right, Liberty, here you go. You like some cool things to look at? Here you go. All right, so Liberty, this is a concept that I had with one of the viewers that saw one of my shorts. That I took a short of the moon with some clouds around it with a train sound in the woods, and she said it looks like dolphins around the moon. So with AI, I created dolphins around the moon. So that is the concept that we had created right there. And yeah, that is like some aliens chilling with some raccoons. That's an idea from Shelly. But like with the dolphins specifically, we will show you some more dolphin content right here. I'm gonna go and it's kind of like, come on. Yeah, that works. Come on. And yeah, enter. And you're gonna go here. That's another yeah, right there. And then this one too. This one too. Yeah, so that's the idea of like dolphins swimming around the moon. That the clouds look like dolphins around the moon. Yeah, so that is that right there, and this is the other one. You have all these different designs, and it's like the ocean, and it's out of the water, like a romantic night. Yeah, so that is some beautiful. I agree, very beautiful images. Yeah, so that's why I say teamwork is very important. It has to be everybody working together. All right. So I'm going to read this other thing about the pineapple under the sea. This new thing that someone made, and then that will be it for this time. Okay, so Safari SpongeBob. Okay, here we go. And I don't recall watching Flipper. Let's see what that is. Flipper show, huh? Okay, yeah, I never saw that before. It looks cool. About a dolphin. All right. Okay. All right. TV show. All right. SpongeBob fans can now sleep in a real life pineapple hotel, just not under the sea. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea in your name? SquarePants. Yep, thanks to Nickelodeon, you can now live in a pineapple just like SpongeBob, minus the under the sea part. Located in the Dominican Republic, this real life pineapple villa was created by Nickelodeon and Nick Resort Punta Cana. True SpongeBob lovers can book a stay for around three 3,800 per night and enjoy 1,500 square feet of pure SpongeBob living. Old movie called Day of Dolphin. Okay, thank you. Think amazing underwater decor, a private pool, a shell phone, and even a life-size replica of Gary. The best part, a butler who will bring you the famous Krabby Patty. Well, that sounds like a beautiful place. All right, so we're going to kind of move this over here, and I could just take out the alien. He doesn't need to be here right now. All right, so you got that resort people could stay at. Wow, that is so cool. OMG, wow. Yeah, that is exactly like SpongeBob's home. That's a complete replica of it. And they have Gary too. Wow, as I said, that reminds me of the museum, the fairy tale part of the park over here. That's pretty cool. That's a person hanging out, and one of them on the chair. All right, and then that's more parts of it. And you have the anchor thing, not the anchor thing. You have the fish hook. You have all that right there. And you have the pineapple, and you have Gary right there, the real life Gary with the television. Yeah, so it's very cool. And there's the bed, the two twin beds. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's very expensive. I agree. And you have that one main bed. Yeah, so that is the pineapple above the sea. There you go. Yeah, it would be cool to build a house like that, where people can enjoy that. And also, I like how the flower design too. That's very cool. Very cool. All right, and you have that's another image of it. As I said, I know it's very quite fascinating. And then you have Squidward tentacles, and you have like Squidward's house. So it's like a tiki head, and he lives in there, and he tries to play his clarinet, but doesn't really do too well at it, and he just kind of likes to give up on everything, and he yeah, he always tries to bring down SpongeBob's fire, basically, but it can't work. And yeah, that's like inside of Squidward's house. That's Squidward. You have these funny episodes like when Squidward's trying to sleep and just hang out, and then SpongeBob just like comes in like a maniac and breaks his wall down and starts coming through. There's this one episode where he was in bed with Squidward and said, "Hey, Squidward, what's up?" SpongeBob's the ultimate troll. Like, like he's gonna like he it looks like all innocent about it, and like because Squidward likes to mess with him too much, and he knows like what to do with him. All right, so there's a concept of concept has to be one of my new favorite word, I guess, because that's why I use it all the time. And so you have this concept of Squidward's house, and he's looking all like smart alecky, like ha ha, I got him, and he's going up the stairs, and so that's like his hallway, and then like his staircase. That's in one of the other rooms he has. Yeah, very nice, very nice. And there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about Squidward himself. There are some. There's conspiracy theories about the lost episodes too. That there's episodes that were created, but they're not put out there, and there's like conspiracy theories behind them. There's all kinds of conspiracy theories about this franchise, definitely. Yeah. So as we start the series of the SpongeBob talk, yeah, so that's SpongeBob's library, and that is his house again. Yeah. These are some of the other buildings. You got the chum bucket, the Sandy's compound. You got Mr. Krabs' house. You got the Rock, and you got the Krusty Krab, and you got the Squidward's house and the pineapple. And so this is like the introduction to the SpongeBob talk we're doing. Yes, Liberty, correct. Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. For those that don't know, that's true. And I just kind of like figured that either people didn't see it yet and they could learn more about it from me, or the people already saw it already. But yeah, spoiler alerts definitely. And like kind of like the introduction to it. All right, Liberty, thank you. And basically, we have SpongeBob SquarePants is an American animated comedy television series created by marine science educator and animator Steven Hillenberg for the Nickelodeon. It was aired as a sneak peek after the 1999 Kids' Choice Awards on May 1st, 1999. Officially premiered July 17, 1999. It chronicles the adventures of SpongeBob SquarePants and his aquatic friends in the underwater city of Bikini Bottom. Many of the series' ideas originated from the interdial zone, an unpublished educational comic book of Hillenberg created in 1989. The tech his students about the under the sea life. Hillenberg joined Nickelodeon in 1992 as an artist on Rocko's Modern Life. After Rocko was canceled in 1996, he began developing SpongeBob SquarePants into a television series. And in 1997, a 17-minute pilot was pitched to Nickelodeon. Oh, hello, Bina. Good to see you. We're about to be ending it soon, but I was talking about a couple different things with the AI things I made and the SpongeBob. Now we're talking about SpongeBob stuff. Yeah. I hope that you've been having a good day, Bina. Right. The network's executives wanted SpongeBob to be a child in school, but Hillenberg preferred SpongeBob to be an adult character. He was prepared to abandon the series, but compromised by creating Miss Puff and her boating school so SpongeBob could attend as an adult. This is kind of like an introduction to future streams I'm doing about this show that we're going to be talking about. Oh, okay, Bina, that's very sweet. Thank you, Bina. Well, then you know what's going on. Okay. Shout out to your pup. That's awesome. SpongeBob SquarePants has received widespread critical acclaim from television critics who praised its characters, surreal humor and writing, animation, and Hawaiian soundtrack and music, with the show's first three seasons often referred to as the Golden Era. Since then, the series has received criticism for a perceived decline in quality, particularly after Hillenberg departed from the series. Starting with the show's fourth season, it is considered to be one of the greatest animated series of all time. The series was an immediate hit for Nickelodeon, beating Pokemon as the highest rated and most viewed animated Saturday morning program from the premiere onward in 1999. From onward, SpongeBob continued to be Nickelodeon's highest rated program, only getting surpassed briefly in viewership several times through the run. SpongeBob SquarePants has won a variety of awards, including the 6th Annie Awards, 8 Golden Reel Awards, 4 Emmy Awards, 2 BAFTA Children Awards and record breaking 21 Kids' Choice Awards, and has been noted as a cultural touchstone for millennials and Gen Z, becoming ubiquitous with internet culture and spawning viral internet memes. Yeah, and as I said, I have a SpongeBob pillow. I've been watching this since I was tiny, and you have that, and you have the producers, and yeah. So, and we'll be continuing that in one of the other ones. So, basically, with this series, they have different like life lessons. They have different humor and stuff in it. It's quite entertaining, and it follows SpongeBob as an energetic, optimistic sea sponge who lives in a submerged pineapple, and his aquatic friends. And he has a childlike enthusiasm, which carries over to his job as a fry cook, fast food restaurant at the Krusty Krab. One of his goals is to obtain a boat driving license for Miss Puff's boating school, but he never succeeds. His favorite pastime includes jellyfishing, which involves catching jellyfish with a net in a manner similar to butterfly catching and blowing soap bubbles into elaborate shapes. He has a pet snail, sea snail, with a pink shell and a blue body named Gary, who meows like a cat. All right, that's the introduction about the SpongeBob that we'll be um, talking about as time goes on, and we will. I'm going to touch on the solar flares, and then we'll be finished. All right. So what is it called? It is called. Um, there we go. As I said, that is a visualization of the thing that I created with the AI. All right. So we're gonna go to this other thing right here. Okay. So solar storm. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Outage. All right, so there's been a solar storm going on, and it's when the every 11 years the sun has this magnetic pulse that hits the solar flare like thing that hits the planet. It causes some solar lights, and it could cause problems with communications. It has allegedly has recently caused some earthquakes and weather issues. So it is something something that's been talked about quite frequently by some YouTubers, but not all. And Zero brought this to our attention, thankfully. So this is like the update about it, and alert for severe solar storm impact. The Space Weather Prediction Center has issued a rare G4 severe geomagnetic storm after June 1 to 2 after the storm strengthened and reached G4 conditions. This results of several coronal mass ejections of solar material and strong magnetic fields. The largest that erupted left the sun on May 30 near 7 p.m. CDT. That CME moved very quickly at an estimated around 1,194 miles per second and 4.3 million mph to cause severe geomagnetic storm and auras northern lights to be seen much farther south than normal. And the SWPC said the CME already arrived earlier than originally thought, close to 12:30 a.m. CDT Sunday, and potential for elevated geomagnetic response remains dependent upon strength and orientation of the embedded magnetic field, but potential exists for severe storm levels. While this event and R2 and B solar flare is potential becomes a significant geometric storm, SWPC believes it is unlikely to reach the intensity of the May 2024 G5 event, the center post near 4 a.m. CDT Sunday. The geomagnetic storm alert is G4 severe June 1 to 2, then storm levels are expected to subdue June 3 to G1 to G2, mid moderate, and still possible. However, SWPC noted people should visit its website for the latest information and updates. Reach for severe level overnight. SWPC said the geomagnetic storm had strengthened to G4 levels and the storm reached overnight. It added regarding possible technology effects, infrastructure operations authorities have been notified to take action to mitigate any possible impacts for the situational awareness possible increase more frequent voltage and controlled problems normally mitable increase possible to anomalies or effects of satellite operations more frequent and longer periods of GPS degradation possible. Near 9:30 CDT on Sunday, an updated message on the site SPWC warned potential impact area primarily poleward of the 45-degree geomagnetic altitude is added. This could include possible widespread voltage control problems in some protective systems may mistakenly trip out key assets for the power grid along with increased drag on low Earth orbit satellites and tracking and orientation problems may occur. Satellite navigation degraded or inoperable for hours. HF high frequency radio propagation sporadically are blacked out. The northern lights may be seen as low as Alabama and northern California. With the G4 levels reaching overnight on Sunday, the northern lights was expected to be visible over much of the northern half of the country, although some areas with wildfire smoke from Canada and clouds affected ability to see the northern lights. In space.com reported that people saw the northern lights far south as California, New Mexico, and Saturday night chances continue over again. All right, so it's a solar storm that is here, that's coming. The sun looked kind of weird today. The worlds where a solar storm struck 1400 years ago. Rare alert G4 alert for geomagnetic storm could lead to GPS outages. All right, it could also lead to GPS outages too. All right, so let's switch over here and let's see. All right, and that is all for this episode of the Spaceship Show. All right, I thank all of you for being here, lurking, coming, hanging out with us. I really appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for participating in the show, and see you all on the next one. And peace.